Aloha everybody, what is really good my dudes? Welcome to another RuneScape news coverage video. For this video we're going to be talking about War's Retreat or the PvM Hub. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's
Jagex is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, so for this video I have talked about the PvM Hub pretty extensively, especially when they showcased it last time. So I'm not going to go into major detail as to some of the main features that are by and large pretty much the same. So we're going to talk about things that are different since the last live stream showing off the War's Retreat. So the first thing you're going to notice, it's obviously very different visually. I mean, some things are the same, some are different, but it's probably the most immediate thing you're going to see. One thing they have added since last time is you can actually enter near the lodestone in Draenor. There's a door next to the hourglass that takes you to death, in addition to the door obviously that is actually in Death's office as well. So there are two places you can get, and then you can obviously unlock the teleport later on. So the next thing I want to talk about is the shop itself and the changes there. So we have basically two different types of currency, which we knew already. There's your number of boss kills as well as the new marks of war. Your boss kills are already tracked, so anything on the store that does cost boss kills, if you have enough, you should be able to buy immediately on release. But the marks of war are a little different. Those have been changed since the last time we've seen the showcase of the PvM Hub. Basically, the way they work is you'll earn a certain amount of marks of war dependent on the boss that you kill, and you receive them as you kill the boss. There is a cap to how much you can earn per hour, and that's 1,000 marks. And I don't know exactly how much you get for each boss, but they did say that Yakamaru rewards you with the most per kill, and that is 600 marks. So that'll give you a good idea. And as I said, you know, there's the hard cap of 1,000, so that's the most you'll be able to get in any given hour, regardless of what boss you're killing. But they do say it is relatively easy to earn these marks, so it shouldn't be hard regardless of what boss you're killing to reach that 1,000 an hour. They do say that Death Touch darts and practice mode do not provide any marks of war, so that is important to know. If you're killing Jad in the fight caves, he earns a lot. They didn't say exactly how much, but a lot. But killing Jad in the kiln, as there is multiple Jads, will not earn any marks of war. So that's important to note as well. And I've mentioned this before, but there are a couple of auras that are being added to the shop for marks of war. When they do this, they're going to be removing those auras from the loyalty shop. They're not going to be refunding any loyalty points because you obviously bought them for the loyalty points and you have the auras. It just means you'll have them and not have to spend any marks of war to get them. But it's important to note that they will no longer be loyalty point auras. As we already know about, I'll just reiterate that there are 4 portals. There are one that'll take you to your Reaper task, whatever that is. It's only active when you have your Reaper task, so after you complete your task, you cannot use this portal anymore. There's one that's going to be provided automatically to you that you can attune to bosses, and there's one that's unlocked through the shop, which virtually is identical to the one that's already provided to you. Then finally, there's the seasonal one, which changes based on whatever the newest content is PvM-wise, or if there is a seasonal high score going on at the time. Now I just want to talk about attunement very quickly. In order to attune the portal to a boss, you need to have at least killed it once. Attuning costs 100k, as you would expect. However, if you have killed the boss 100 times, they've reduced it down to 50k. First time we heard about this, it was going to be free, but it looks like they've cut it in half to 50k. So there is still a cost involved in using these portals. The max guild portal, however, has been reduced to 50k, regardless of how much boss kills you do have on that boss. So there is the difference there. The next thing I want to talk about is if you head up the hill to the right, if you're looking at the portals, you'll notice that there is the big gold statue of war as well as your combat dummies. So this is where the combat dummies are. I think last time when we saw this is where the grouping system area was going to be. That has been cut. I don't know if it's going to come back later on, but will not be in this final build. And there will be an additional bank here, so if you want to test out whatever, like your PvM rotations, whatever the case may be here on these dummies, then you have all access there. They didn't really show off what's on the opposite end of this, however, but they did say it's a little barren. I'm not sure if they're just leaving this open for the achievement area that they showed off last time, where you can basically display all your boss pets, etc. That's not going to come on launch if they end up doing it, but it seems like they are leaving the place open for new additions in the future, so we're going to have to wait and see what they do with that, but seems like it's going to be a little bland, at least on launch. Who knows? The last thing I want to touch on is this is actually going to be free to play. The PvM Hub, all you need is at least 60 combat, which is the same requirement for being able to do Reaper tasks. And then you have access to the PvM Hub, all its amenities. Obviously, the ones for free to play would only be associated to free to play content and free to play bosses, but you get the idea. And then in terms of release dates, it is at the very end of the month on January 27th. So mark your calendars, just a couple of weeks away, and we're going to be able to access the PvM Hub, which is awesome. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed and you want to stay up to date in all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I am out. Aloha.